Ladies and gentlemen, history has been written today in Klang, Malaysia. Crowds filled the streets from as early as dawn. Banners waved high, and the chants of Daulat Tuanku echoed through the royal town. Why? Because the Raja Muda of Selangor, Tengku Amir Shah Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah, the crown prince himself, has officially wed his beloved bride, Sheikh Afzaa Fadini Abdulaziz, in a private yet historic ceremony at the Royal Mosque in Istana Alam Shah. But behind the grandeur and pageantry lies a deeper story, a story of tradition, modernity, power, and public connection. Stay with us as we take you on this majestic journey, only here on Mr. Darkman TV with your host, Zainab Sabir. And before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss our deep dives into global stories that matter. The morning of October 2nd, 2025 was no ordinary morning in Clang. From as early as 6 a.m., citizens of Selangor, young and old, dressed in baju Melayu, batik, and national attire, lined the streets with excitement, waving the Selangor flag as they awaited the royal procession. The air buzzed with both anticipation and reverence. At precisely 8:52 a.m., Tengku Amir Shah arrived at the Sultan Abdul Aziz Royal Gallery, resplendent in a crisp white baju Melayu. His expression was calm but regal, as though embodying both duty and personal joy. From here, the ceremonial journey began, escorted by royal regalia bearers, parasols, decorated palm blossoms, and the rhythmic beats of the traditional konpong. The crown prince stepped into history. Then came a sight that drew gasps from the crowd. The Sultan of Selangor himself, Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah, arriving in a stately Rolls-Royce, accompanied by the Tengku Permaisuri of Selangor, Tengku Permaisuri Norashikin. The symbolism was unmistakable. This was more than a wedding. This was a reaffirmation of Selangor's royal identity, deeply rooted in history, yet celebrated by the modern people. By 9:30 a.m., the much-awaited moment arrived. Tengku Amir departed in the royal Rolls-Royce A1, escorted by the 25th Battalion of the Royal Malay Regiment. Along the 650-meter route to Istana Alam Shah, chants of Daulat Tuanku filled the air as thousands of citizens captured the moment on their phones, sharing pride and joy in unison. The procession culminated in the Royal Mosque, where at 10 a.m., away from the cameras and noise of the outside world, the Akad Nikah was solemnized. And with that sacred vow, Afzaa Fadini Abdulaziz officially became the crown princess, bestowed with the honorific title Yang Mulia Datin Paduka Seri Afzaa Fadini Binti Dato Abdul Aziz. Her conferment of the First-Class Royal Family Order of Selangor, SPMS, cemented her role not just as a wife, but as a figure of future influence and responsibility. The climax of the day, however, was not merely the private Akad Nikah. It was the grand public display of tradition meeting modern celebration. The roar of the kompong, the spectacle of the Rolls-Royce motorcade, the sight of Selangor's people standing shoulder to shoulder across all backgrounds. This was unity, loyalty, and pride on full display. For a moment, history, faith, and culture intertwined, making this wedding more than a family affair. It became a national moment. Critically, this royal wedding stands out for several reasons. First, the decision to keep the solemnization private within the Royal Mosque reflects the palace's commitment to the sacredness of the marriage vow, away from the spectacle of public eyes. Yet, the elaborate public procession ensures that the people remain emotionally included, balancing intimacy with inclusivity. Second, the conferment of state honors on the bride, so soon after the ceremony, highlights the monarchy's foresight in legitimizing and strengthening the crown prince's household. It sends a clear message. Afzaa Fadini is not only a consort, but an integral figure in Selangor's royal continuity. Third, the crowd turnout and public celebration reaffirm the monarchy's enduring role in Malaysian identity. In an era where many monarchies worldwide struggle to maintain relevance, Selangor's royal family demonstrates an ability to connect tradition with modern public expectation. However, one could argue that the grandeur raises questions about cost, exclusivity, and access. At a time when ordinary Malaysians face economic challenges, the opulence of Rolls-Royces and military escorts can be seen as a stark contrast. Yet, the monarchy thrives on symbolism, and in this case, the symbolism of unity and heritage outweighed criticism. And so, today marks a new chapter in Selangor's royal history. Tengku Amir Shah, once known as a young, dynamic crown prince, now steps into a new role as husband and future ruler, with Afzaa Fadini by his side as a newly honored crown princess. This union is not just personal, it is symbolic, weaving together threads of tradition, love, and statehood. The streets of Clang may soon return to their ordinary rhythm, but for those who witnessed it, October 2nd, 2025 will forever be etched as the day Selangor celebrated both its heritage and its future. This has been your host, Zainab Sabir from Mr. Darkman TV. If you enjoyed this in-depth coverage and critical review of the royal wedding of Selangor, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Stay tuned for more stories that bridge tradition, culture, and the present world. Until next time, Daulat Tuanku.